Hello my loves, welcome back. Today I want to discuss some common yoga mistakes that you should avoid in your practice. And these are in no specific order. This is not going to be about any particular one pose. So this is more about your yoga practice as a whole, not one specific part. And one of the big mistakes that I think that most people have about yoga is that you have to be flexible to do yoga. No, you don't have to be flexible to do yoga. It makes no sense. We do the movement practice of yoga to, yes, get more flexible, but also get stronger, to get more stable, secure, to improve our balance. There's so much more in the physical practice of yoga. You do not have to be flexible to do yoga. So another mistake is the no pain, no gain mentality. It's going into the pain cave. There should be no pain in yoga. There's a difference between discomfort and pain. Having discomfort in a pose or a stretch or a movement is completely different to feeling pain. There may be some discomfort in yoga because it might be a pose that you've not tried before. Your body is just kind of getting used to the pose. Maybe you just need to build more strength, more range of motion. There should be no pain. If there is pain, you need to find ways of modifying, varying the pose and using props. Which leads me to the next mistake that you should avoid, and that is the mentality that props are cheating. No, yoga props are not cheating. They're there to make the poses more accessible. They're there to open through the joints, to prevent pain, and to come into a more enjoyable variation of the pose. Use the props in your practice. They can also make the poses more challenging. Another common yoga mistake is that in your practice, you'll begin to judge and compare yourself to other people. That could be other people if you're in a group practice. That could be other people on a video. It could be other people that you've seen in a magazine or on Instagram. Stop comparing their body and what they can do to what your body is and what your body can do. Comparison is the thief of joy. Stop comparing yourself to other people in your practice and in your life. Because also while you're comparing yourself and judging yourself, you're not present in your practice. And that's what this practice is all about. It's being present in this moment on your mat. This also ties into the next mistake, which is believing that there is one magic alignment cue for all the poses. There isn't. I'm going to repeat that. There isn't. Whichever pose you're doing, it's going to have different alignment depending on your body. Your body will look completely different to mine. If something doesn't feel right and you have a question, ask, research. Don't take a blanket cue for this optimal yoga body as what's going to be right for your body. Use the props, use modifications, and use variations. Ask questions. Leave me comments down below and I will help you. So those of you watching this might think that I have this yoga body. I don't. I have short legs, a long torso, and short arms. So when I come into some poses, they're hard for me because of my proportions. I also have tiny hands and tiny feet. So some poses are going to be a challenge for me. Work with what you have. Change your alignment, make the pose work for you. As my teacher always says, we teach people, not poses. Another common yoga mistake to avoid is not breathing or over breathing. One of the weirdest questions I get asked is, when should I breathe in yoga? Just breathe. Yes, sometimes we'll do a sun salutation and it's nice to inhale and breathe up, exhale and fold, etc., etc. But if that's not working for you, just breathe. On the flip side, if you're the kind of person that feels that they have to do ujjayi breathing for the whole thing, you don't. Just breathe. Breathing is a whole lot better than not breathing. I always have a little joke in class that it's always better to breathe, because even though I know CPR, I don't like to use it. And finally, another mistake that people make is that they skip Shavasana. Stop skipping Shavasana. I've talked about this in a previous video, but if you're doing yoga for relaxation, to reduce stress, to reduce your blood pressure, and you want all of the benefits of yoga, you need to stop skipping Shavasana. If you have an hour-long practice, about 8 to 10 minutes of that needs to be Shavasana. Give yourself time to do less. I've got a whole video on how to do Shavasana, how to modify it to make it more comfortable, and it's just, you need to make time for Shavasana. All right, my loves, I hope that helped. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And remember, my loves, that karma is only a bitch if you are. So be nice, be kind, and be the change that you want to see in the world.